my name is Sophia, and today we're going to talk about topic 2.3 of the ACE International History textbook, How Successful Were Attempts to Improve International Relations from 1924 to 1929. Let's start with a singular key term. Pause if needed. I'm moving on. By 1924, Europe remained unstable after World War I. Economic problems, border disputes, and the Ruhr occupation had increased tension, especially between France and Germany. Over the next 5 years, several developments reduced tensions and improved cooperation. Now, the role of the League of Nations. Despite missing key powers like the USA and USSR, the League helped resolve small international disputes through negotiation. It prevented some conflicts from escalating into war. Diplomatic efforts increased trust between nations, even if the League remained limited in power. Now to the economic recovery. European economies were severely damaged by the war. Countries faced inflation, debt, and loss of trade. Many left the gold standard to print more money, which worsened the inflation. But gradual recovery followed. Governments focused on rebuilding industry and infrastructure, which is shown in the picture on the left, and confidence slowly returned. Additionally, the UK returned to the gold standard in 1925, France in 1926, and Italy in 1927. This stabilization improved international relations by reducing economic pressure. Now, the role of the United States. The USA became the world's leading economic power. Its industry remained intact after the war, since no fights were done on the US soil. During the Roaring Twenties, the US economy expanded rapidly. Despite political isolationism, the USA influenced global recovery, as it provided loans to Europe, it helped stabilize Germany, and encouraged trade. This reduced tension, especially between France and Germany. Now onto the key agreements. First, the Dawes Plan of 1924. It addressed the reparation crisis, German economic collapse, and the conflicts from the Ruhr occupation. Its main terms were for French and Belgian troops to withdraw from the Ruhr, for German payments to be reduced and reorganized, the restructurement of Reichsbank, which is Germany's main bank, and that Germany received the US loans. The impact of Dawes Plan included Germany economy being stabilized, reparations being resumed, and tensions between France and Germany decreased, since France was finally getting the money from Germany. Now onto the Locarno Treaties of 1925. Agreements between Germany, France, and Belgium guaranteed western borders. Britain and Italy agreed to support any country attacked. Key points included that Germany accepted borders set after the war, relations between former enemies improved, and Germany gained international acceptance. Also, Gustav Stresemann played a major role. And Germany joined the League of Nations in 1926. Limits included that eastern borders were not guaranteed, and Britain avoided firm military commitments. Now, the Kellogg-Briand Pact of 1928. Over 60 nations agreed to renounce war as a method of solving disputes. The impacts included promoted peace in principle, improved diplomatic relations, and gave countries like Germany and USSR recognition. But the limits included no clear enforcement if someone actually attacks another country, and countries kept the right to self-defense. Now, the Young Plan of 1929. It reduced German reparations and removed foreign control over the German economy. Impacts included further eased tension, showed willingness to compromise, and strengthened cooperation between nations. Now on the changing relations. For France, it shifted to a more cooperative approach after failure in the Ruhr. It still feared Germany, and it built alliances in Eastern Europe like the Little Entente. Britain supported German recovery for trade. It still distrusted communism, which is shown by the picture on the right, and it had inconsistent relations with the USSR. The USA remained politically isolated. It played a major economic role through loans that it gave to European nations. It helped stabilize Europe indirectly because of the loans. Germany, under Gustav Stresemann, adopted cooperation. It accepted the treaty terms. It rebuilt international status, and it joined the League. But the USSR, it still remained isolated, was distrusted by Western nations, and it maintained ties with Germany through the Treaty of Rapallo and Treaty of Berlin. All in all, attempts to improve relations were partially successful. Economic recovery reduced tensions, diplomacy increased cooperation, and key agreements stabilized Europe to an extent. But weaknesses remained. Since agreement lacked clear enforcement, distrust between nations continued, and dependence on US loans created instability. Overall, tensions decreased between 1924 and 1929, but long-term stability was not secured. This is the timeline, and that's it.